It's time to get your mind right with the Mind on Greatness podcast crew. Welcome to the Mind on Greatness podcast show.
All right. What's up, y'all? You already know who it is, the big boss hog, boss dog, cake po through the dough. I'm one of your hosts. You got the other over there, Coach B, brother on the hustle. Yeah, man, salute to all our soldiers. Man, this the Mind on Greatness podcast. Here to talk boxing, anything dealing with sports, anything with life. Nothing is off the table. We just shot reaction video to Kendrick and Drake the other day. That video gonna drop on Wednesday. That's primarily when we drop our videos. So y'all continue to support us, continue to, drop ideas in the comment section. And if you have any suggestions, you want to join us, hit us up on menonthemission56@gmail.com. But like I said before, we here to talk boxing. That's the topic of discussion today. We had a fight yesterday at the 135-pound division. We had Loma versus George Kambosos in Down Under in Australia, right? So, Coach B,
Yeah.
let me know what you saw in that fight, Loma versus Kambosos.
What it is, folks, you know what I'm saying? He already gave y'all the introduction, but it is what it is. Continue to follow, subscribe, like, comment, hate, share, whatever you're gonna do with it. But we here to stay. We're gonna talk about any and everything up under the sun. So nothing is safe when you see these faces right here on the Mind on Greatness podcast. But anyways, Kambosos versus Lomachenko. Boy, uh at this point it's kind of hard to keep trying to write off Lomachenko. You know, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, he old, he over the hill, he washed up, can't do this, can't do that." But last night he came out and gave everybody a different perspective and let them know, "Hey, I'm still here to box. I'm still here to try to be one of the best." We all know he's going into Hall of Fame first ballot. There's no question. But to continue to fight at 30 plus, I believe he's 36, at a high level against solid opponents. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to write him off when it comes to certain aspects in the boxing world. But at the same time, what I seen last night, Luma came out different. You know what I'm saying? Most people we're accustomed to seeing Luma start off, slow. It take him a minute to get that engine going, but he came out right out the gate and he got on that pendulum bounce and he was just in Cambosa's face all night long. He was pivoting, changing angles. We all know he's a mastery when it comes to footwork, and it was on this full display last night. I like the fact that he really didn't give Cambosos the chance to get into any type of rhythm. He was disrupting his rhythm at all costs. Every time Cambosos tried to come forward and battle with the jab, which was something different also from Cambosos. He was trying to get the jab going, but Loma just wouldn't let him. You know what I'm saying? He was in his face. He was popping them, pause, no, did it from all different type of angles. He was turning them and he was catching them clean. And I believe it was the third round. I believe it was the end of the third round where I thought the entire fight was gonna go, where they both were just standing there exchanging. And Cambosos had a good, maybe three or four punches in that exchange. But Luma also came back and had his three or four punches land. But like I say, the footwork, the punches, the angles, what else? The slick head movement was there too. It was a little bit more than normal coming from Luma, so it was tough for Cambosos, and I didn't honestly I didn't score a round for Cambosos. I don't think Cambosos won a round. He just couldn't get his rhythm going, and like I said, Luma was just a tough, formidable opponent, and he continued to show at age 36. So it's like, hey, y'all keep trying to write him off and push him to the side. And hey, I don't think y'all can do that. Y'all better be on y'all P's and Q's when y'all get in there with Luma. But again, a great solid game plan. He came out and he stuck to the game plan they had, as you can see, because he did it all night long. He came straight out, wasted no gas, and he was just on Cambosos and Cambosos. I don't believe Cambosos was expecting that. I believe he was expecting something different. He was expecting Luma to come out slow, but Luma switched the game up, had a solid game plan, stuck to it, and got the victory, got the stoppage in round 11, which I didn't expect that to happen either. But hey, it is what it is. He got it done.
Mm. Um, this was a mismatch, and when they made this matchup, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted Loma to fight Shakur Stevenson. I felt like that would have been a more of a chess match. It would have been boring, but at the same time, real boxing heads would enjoy that fight because it's a chess match. who can make the adjustments, right? So, but Top Rank kind of protected him a little bit, and they put him in there with George Kambosos. I had no doubt in my mind Lomachenko was going to beat him. I didn't see a stoppage, but I did see Lomachenko with his hand raised and him winning that IBF belt. So, it was just George Kambosos. There was nothing he could do. You know what I mean? Lomachenko did something out of character that he normally don't do. He jumped on him from the time they said ding ding. He was on. He was coming forward on George Kambosos. No head move from George Kambosos. George Kambosos is the type of fighter, man. He's not really defensive. He don't have really any defensive fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? I won't say it's like he don't have none, but I'll say it's poor compared to his offensive arsenal. And his offensive arsenal is very predictable. You know what I mean? He's a guy that if you stand around in front of him, he gonna throw some couple speed punches. He gonna try to land some hard shots on you. You know what I mean? Just to make you feel that power. But with Lomachenko, you already know with him, he using lines and angles on you. And that's basically what he did. He used lines and angles on that man, and he countered him. He came forward. He George Cambus was out there chasing ghosts at certain points of the fight. You know what I mean? And obviously Loma, he don't really stand in front of people. There were portions of the fight, Loma was standing right in front of him, trading back and forth. So, apparently Loma didn't really respect his power. So, but beautiful masterclass performance for Lomachenko. He systematically broke him down to the body. He didn't focus on the head, and that's what I be telling a lot of these young fighters is stop head hunting, bro. Break your body head. Pause. No diddy. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, man, you gonna systematically break that dude down. A lot of dudes can't get punched in their stomach. You know what I mean? That's just some dudes can get punched in the face and they gonna eat that, but they can't get punched in their stomach. You know what I mean? And it showed last night. Lomachenko made those deposits to the body, softened them up, and just systematically just broke him down. So it was a great performance by Lomachenko. Now after the fight, they were claiming that Gervonta Tank Davis called out Lomachenko, and Bob Arum and them said that Gervonta Tank Davis is talking. He don't really want that fight. So the question I have for you, Coach, is: do you feel that Gervonta Tank Davis wants that fight? Because Gervonta Tank Davis says he has 7 more fights, right? Now, in my mind, I know for sure 2 that he won't, right? Which is David Haney and Shakur. But he's saying 7, so which means that Lomachenko has to be in that 7 somewhere, right? So, do you think and do you believe that Tank really wants to fight Lomachenko? And if they do fight, how do you see that fight going?
In all honesty, is for Tank, I don't think it's a should factor. I think it's you need to type of factor. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, the biggest knock on Tank is resume. If you get a Luma on there and you beat a Luma, say you KO a Luma, hey, what does that say? Says a lot on your resume because Luma is the first class, first ballot, excuse me, Hall of Famer. So if Tank can get him on there, you know what I'm saying, and possibly knock him down, knock him out, then hey, people will start, slowly changing their perspective towards Tank. But like I say, I believe it's a must, it's a need to. Haney's been in there, and that's gonna be the talk in your era. It's gonna be like you, Haney, Shakur, Garcia, and so on, Tiafimo. But Tank, you got to start getting them names on there, and I believe this is one of the names you need to get on there, whether you knock them out or beat them. This is one of the names you're gonna need to solidify yourself within your era of boxing as the best, as the greatest. Because right now you're known as the cash cow, and you're known as the knockout artist on demand. That is, he can knock anybody out whenever you want to, and I'm gonna say that until somebody else prove otherwise that he can't. He can knock anybody out when he wants to. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as far as how I see that fight going, that depends on Luma. Honestly, it depends on what Lomachenko we get. Now, if we get this Lomachenko that just jumped out last night against Cambosos, then I see it going, a little bit, I see it going the distance, honestly. Because if he jump out, because we all know Tank, sometimes he'll give away them early rounds, and if Luma can get out early, put his foot on the gas and keep it going the entire fight, I believe Tank will have some difficulty because if Tank does fight Loma, we all know the knock on Tank. Oh, he fights flat-footed Mexican fighters. When we all know Loma is not flat-footed, he's not going to stand in front of you if he knows you have the power. He's going to turn you. He's going to use angle. He's going to be sharp. He's going to be crisp. Not only that, that pendulum bounce in and out, throwing that 1-2, 1-2 down the middle. It can be tough for any opponent, but at the same time, it is Tank. But Tank does take rounds off. If Luma can take advantage of that and not get knocked down or not get knocked out, then I believe it'll go the distance, and I see it being a split decision. And as far as who win, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between the two. I think Tank need to win that one by a knockout. But like I said, this is that the Luma fight is a must. He need to get that on his resume, and he need to get that dub in high quality, high fashion.
I agree. I think that fight is a must for Devontae Tank Davis. Um, a lot of people talk about Tank's resume. He's fought some tough fighters, but he hasn't fought any elite fighters. And Lomachenko is, you know, I say this, he's looked at as elite. You know what I'm saying? Only knock on Lomachenko, he don't like power. He can't. He fights a different type of fight when he feels power, right?
Hmm.
Now, granted, Tank is smaller than Lomachenko as far as in stature, but he pack a big punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know about Tank. Like you said, knockout on demand. So that particular fight, I do see that fight as being Tank's toughest fight, only because of the IQ of Lomachenko. Lomachenko does a lot of things well. He has the best feet that I've seen personally in boxing. I don't think offensively he can do anything to hurt Tank because Tank is the type of guy that will take a punch to deliver his punch. When he want to
Hmm.
get dog mode, that's what he gonna do. You know what I mean? That's just how he gonna operate. He will take a punch. You know what I mean, to get his stuff off. Now, one thing I've noticed about Tank, young Tank would throw more punches. This Tank that I'm seeing right now is smarter. He's a little bit more calculated and he waits for the perfect shot placement, right? So, but people don't look at Tank is taking away your best attribute too, and he's forcing you into fighting his style of fight that he wants to fight. So, um, like I said, that fight is definitely a chess match, but I see Tank knocking Lomachenko out, but I think it's gonna be late. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I definitely see ways Lomachenko can outbox Tank and frustrate him, right? Because we all know Tank can get frustrated in there. We've seen him get upset in there where he starts grabbing people and throwing them and pushing them down and stuff like that. You know, but I think that this Tank is a mature Tank, and I think that he'll be able to get a knockout. Like I said, it's gonna be late though. I say like 11, maybe even 12th round, and it may be Tank losing the fight. Not gonna lie to you, Tank may be losing on the cards. It may be like the Barrios fight where Tank was losing on the cards, and then he saw him losing.
Hmm. Facts, man. Facts on demand.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that fight right there is a must for Tank. But I think that fight is his toughest fight. But I got a little subtopic before we segue off into the other one. What do you
Hmm.
think is Tank's toughest fight? I mean, the Loma, you got Shakur, you got Devin. He wants to fight Teofimo too, you know. Um, and I'm pretty sure he might want to fight Gary Antoine Russell. Although Gary Antoine Russell's at 140, he might try to fight him at a catchweight or something like that. Tank just wants the big fights, right? So, what you think personally is his toughest fight? For me, it's Lomachenko.
uh, Tank's toughest fight. If I had to do an honorable mention, I would say Shakur would be an honorable mention simply because Shakur is one of those guys who's defensively sound and he's not going to let you capitalize on what he knows can be effective against him. So I would say Shakur as an honorable mention, and then I'm gonna roll with the same thing you said. Lomachenko, it's gonna be one of his toughest fights. I don't care how you look at his resume, how you put it. People can say Haney, people can say Garcia. Again, Garcia part two, they can say Tiafimo. No, I feel like Luma is going to be one of his toughest and most formidable opponent that ends up being on his resume if we get the fight. Because the simple fact that Luma we said it over and over. He's a master with his footwork. He's a master with disguising what he does. He's a master with his IQ. He's a master at letting his hands go in a timely manner and then getting out of trouble in a decent time. So I feel like that's gonna be a lot for Tank to, digest and diagnose early on. I say Tank won't figure him out to about round 5 or 6, but once Tank figure him out, like you said, it could be a late round knockout. And then if they do go to the cards, it could be a little bit of trouble for Tank. But at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of rolling with you. I think once Tank figure him out, that on demand kick in, and we might be looking at Loma knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm gonna go with Shakur, honorable mention, toughest fight, and then I'm say Loma is the toughest fight for Tank.
Okay, another subtopic because I just thought about this. If you were Tank's management or coach, which fights? What would be the order of the fights? Right. So where would you tell Tank? Hey, look, this the best time to fight him. This the best time to fight him. We're gonna save him for last because Loma got a belt now, so Tank
Right.
can probably fight him for undisputed. You know what I'm saying, or fight him first. So what you think?
So me, if I was setting it up for Tank to, go on the road and run the ladder, climb the ladder or whatnot, I would go since Frank Martin is already in front of him, I would let him take on Frank Martin. Then I would roll into Devin Haney. Then after Devin Haney, I probably would toss like a Tiafimo in there. And then after Tiafimo, I'm gonna go Haney and then Loma. Why? Because if you go like that, you give him time to acclimate to Luma style with the build up as how I set it up. Because you want Haney to be the one before Luma simply because he's Haney's going to be the most technical and most fundamentally sound before you get to a Luma.
Mm,
I know you got Shakur in there, but Shakur is more like defense, 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 bike. Haney is going to be jab, 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 defense, get out of there, turn you. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to turn you as much as a Luma, but at the same time, Haney does work his angles at times, especially when he got that jab working. He circle you with the jab. You know what I'm saying? He'll angle you with the jab, you'll catch and he'll throw some counter shots or whatnot. But I would like Haney then Luma simply because, like I said, it builds up, it rolls into each other. You got Haney with his fundamental sounds, and he's starting to work a little bit of angles, and then you go to somebody who's completely all about angles. So I would like it to go just like that in that order. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the best way to climb that ladder. And then when you get ready to go out, if Luma's still there and you want to say, hey, let's get this fight in there, you finish out with Luma.
yeah, I would after Frank, I would go Coor,
Mhm.
um, Devin, and then Teofimo. Right, because Teofimo when he right in the head, he crafty. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So the reason I say Teofimo is third to last is because Teofimo got power, right? He got power, and you walk it through the fire. So you going core, you already know that's gonna be a technical fight. Devin, you already
Hmm.
know that's gonna be a technical fight, right? You got 3 fights in a row because Frank ain't nothing to sleep on either. So you got Frank, Shakur, Devin. 3 technical fights. I'm not even throwing Ryan in there because he'll watch him. So you got those 3 fights where he gonna have to use that IQ to figure these guys out and set things up. Then you fight Teofimo, who got power, and if he right in the mind, you know what I'm saying, on that said night, pose an issue. So now you got to set traps. Now you got to, because in that fight against Tio, I see Tank really boxing off the back foot a lot against Teofimo due to the fact Teofimo is the bigger guy. He got power, but Teofimo is more of a striker. He's not more of
Hmm.
a combination puncher. So Tank might be able to dismantle him, but he still poses an issue. You get what I mean? Kind of like what he did with Rolly. He kind of boxed off the back foot. Once he felt that power, he's like, okay, let me box off the back foot and set something up. Then I will go undisputed Loma. And by that time, Loma be and it's crazy because he gonna be old. You know what I'm saying? He already 36. You know what I mean? But Loma still his fighting style, Loma can fight well into his 40s and be
he
at the
he
top.
gonna last. He gonna last.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would we both agree that Loma should be last, basically. You know what I mean?
Fact. Fact.
Lomachenko should be last. But, like I said, Teofimo, I would have him third to last only because of his power, and Tank gonna have to really use this to set this thing
Mm-hmm.
up. So then going into the Loma fight, he beat all them dudes. Okay, he done ran through the fire. He done went through the ringer. Okay, he done had to use his IQ, and he's learning and getting better each fight. You see what I'm saying? So, and I think he should catch Core now before Core grow into that fighter that I think he can be. You get what I mean?
Right.
So he got to catch Core now. I think this is the perfect time to catch Core. Because I think that's a tougher fight. Because Core still is younger than Tank. Tank 30. You know what I mean? Tank ain't got that much time in boxing. So I mean, all these fighters, they start getting like our age, 34, 35, they start taking losses. The only one who ain't did that so far is Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? So far. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We'll see what he do if he fight Boots. That's a topic we're gonna get into later. Now we're finna segue off to the next topic. So Tank Davis was in Vegas. Those who don't know, he had his press conference with Frank Martin, and he had a little fun at the press conference. But then he found out Devin Haney was at the club. And Devin Haney was at the club, deep, 20 deep. Tank rolled up there. I saw him by himself, but they said he had one other person. So it was only two of them. And he rolled up on Devin Haney in there, right? So I don't know if you've seen it, Coach, but Devin Haney, he looked at the camera, and then that's when he started talking. Then and Tank was leaning on his car. Tank leaning on his car, stuff like that. So a lot of the diehard Devin Haney fans, in the words of Boxer Ego, he called them Haneyx, are saying that Tank only charged up Devin Haney because he lost to Ryan. What do you think about that whole sequence? Let me know something.
Uh, that's crazy to say. He only charged him up because he lost. I don't. Tank, honestly, he from Baltimore, and I got two partners from Baltimore, and them boys is cuckoo. They don't care if you won, lost, tall, big, short, small, fat, fast. They don't care. When they ready to run up on you, they gonna run up on you. It is what it is. So
Mm,
I find that funny to say, but at the same time, it just felt like the right time to me personally. I would have ran up on him too. It don't matter if you won or lost, but at the same time, you did just lose, and you lost to Ryan Garcia. You can't talk to me, bro. And next time I see you, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna say something to you. You
yeah,
want to come scrap? You want to come scrap with me?
yeah,
You want to come scrap with me? But yet you got in there and got washed by Ryan Garcia, regardless of the PEDs or whatever. You can bring up anything about Ryan at this point. You got beat to sleep. There's no other way around it. But at the same time, I'm going to antagonize you because of the simple fact you and your pops are always bringing my name up. Why are
mm,
you bringing my name up?
mm,
Quit bringing my name up. You can't even deal with Ryan Garcia. So I know you can't deal with me. So
mm,
now I'm finna confront you on that aspect, and then I'm gonna confront you again on a simple fact of why you keep bringing my name up. You
mm.
not on my level. When you get there, I'll give you a shot. But until then, just know that you the B side, I'm the A side, and it is what it is. No, I'm gonna do the same thing. I wanna hear about it. Talk to me about it. You feel me?
Yeah, I think it's egregious. I think Tank would have stepped on that boy even if he won. You know what I'm saying? They've been talking about Tank even last year when Tank was going through his legal troubles. He had to go to jail. They posted Tank's booking photo on their page. You know what I mean? They were talking about Tank, and even recently when Bill Haney got into a Floyd Mayweather, when the video was over, they said F Tank, and Tank wasn't even on the video. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even there. So this is, to me, if I'm Tank, I would do the exact same thing because you
Mhm.
constantly keep talking about me. And and let me tell you something. This backfired on them because they tried to one up Tank, right? Think about the things they were saying. Oh, we fought Ryan Garcia and we ain't doing no rehydration clause. Oh, Ryan Garcia is a C class fighter. Ryan Garcia, he came in overweight. I don't care. He came in overweight. I'm a beat this clown up. I'm gonna put him out of boxing. These are the things they were saying, right? See, they thought they made it. Then they start going after Floyd Mayweather. They thought that they were made it. They made it. But Devin Haney, your whole style is Floyd Mayweather. Down to you were going places with security guards. Who did that first? Floyd Mayweather, right? So we just gotta keep it funky. Like at the end of the day, when we look at the totality of the circumstances, Tank tired of y'all, man. And Tank even said it after Devin lost to Ryan. He said, "I still want to fight you." Now, me personally, I'd be like, "Oh, you lost to Ryan? You lost to him? Oh no, I made love to you to him. I ain't finna fight you. Like for what?" That's me personally. But Tank said, "I still want to fight you." That let you know how much anger he got in his heart. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. I mean, they've been doing everything they power to try to slander this man's name. Talked about his resume, talked about how he fight. And this is the thing. Bill Haney said that Tank is scared of Devin. When is the last time Devin Haney had a knockout? 2019 against a C-level fighter. When Devin started fighting these so-called elite names who are older, they passed their prime, right? He wasn't getting no knockouts. Tank knocking the soul out of people. So why would Tank be afraid of somebody? That it kills me. And then, like me personally, I don't think no boxer's afraid of any boxer. I'm not gonna lie to you, because me personally, if you've been in that ring, that's the scary part. Being in that ring, right? Some of these dudes got 300 amateurs. Tank got almost 300 amateur fights. Devin got like 100 amateur fights, right? All these dudes fought so many fights. What are you gonna be scared of another boxer for? If anything, and I don't even think it's that, because Tank make more money than dang near everybody in boxing right now, in his weight class and at 140. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if a fighter don't want to fight a certain dude, it's merely because of they know they're gonna lose, and they know that's gonna mess with their money. That's it. It ain't because they're afraid of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I know it may look that way. You know, Canelo and Baby to be there, you know, but it's gonna mess with their money if they take a loss. You know what I mean? They want to make a certain amount of money, and you know, if they like, man, I'm taking this risk fighting this dude, and if I lose to him, my pay go down. So that's why I think it was just the money. But to say Tank only charged Devin up because Devin lost is retarded. Like that's stupid.
That's no. That's crazy. That's cuckoo. In real life, that's crazy.
Like we got to keep it 1,000. Like you talking about Tank, like Tank, and then
Dude got a couple screws loose anyway. So I don't even think if he really wasn't on no boxing stuff, I think he would have probably went a little bit further.
he probably would
You
have
know,
went up there with the two. He probably would start shooting. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like and this the thing, and this don't matter, but Tank from, like you say, Baltimore. Devin Haney ain't from the hood. His dad from the hood, but he ain't from the hood. And this is a classic example when I kept telling y'all, Bill Haney sees something in his son that his son don't see.
mm-hmm. Facts.
That's all this is. See, Bill Haney putting all these narratives, right?
That's crazy.
Tank, when Tank approached him, dude was dang near about to get in his car. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. You know, I respect Devin Haney as a fighter, no way, shape, or form. I'm saying that he's scared of Tank, but it's just like, man, come on, man. These, you know, Tank really come from these trenches. That, you know what I'm saying? And granted, do that matter when it comes to fight? No, because you can. I know white boys that's, you know, from Sugarland. Those don't know Sugarland. That's a predominantly white area in the Houston area, and they box and they'll whoop anybody from the hood. You know, third ward, fifth ward, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but all I'm saying is that, you know, when you come from these environments, these there's no fear, because you're constantly walking through the fire every day. When you walk in the hood, you walk to the store, you don't know if you're gonna make it back or not. You know what I'm saying? Because of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you got a dude over there who may be jealous of you, or you know, or you may be at the wrong place, wrong time, and they shoot up the gas station and you just happen to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I could talk about that for day, but we're gonna segue off into this heated press conference, man, between
Yeah.
Darren Boots Ennis and Cody Crowley, right? Jaron Ennis is headlining his first card in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I think he fighting with the 76ers plan or play at. So it's gonna be live. But this press conference, I ain't gonna lie, got me hyped. But a couple people commented on my video and they said Boots needs to humble himself. So, Coach, what did you think about the press conference? What did you see? Let me know something.
Wow. Boost need to humble himself. I mean, I don't, looking at the press conference, I don't see anything that needs to be humbled that he said. You know what I'm saying? He should be amped up. If anything, I would be turned up a little bit more than Boost was. I'm going fighting the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, where I know it's going to be packed out, and I know my people want to see me. And I get a chance to prove myself with my belt.
Yeah,
Don't matter how I got it, I get to prove myself in front of my people with the belt. And somebody trying to come and take it from us at home, I
yeah,
would have been a little bit more amped up in real life. You feel me? But nah, no humbling is needed in this conversation. But I tell you what, if it was a time for a blind man to prove himself and show the world that he still could see, if it was a time for a man to show that battling mental, illnesses is real, if it was a time for a man to, battle back and show that he doing this for his pops, shout out to Crowley because he said he's going through a lot, you know what I'm saying, and it is what it is. This would be the time, you know what I'm saying. Crowley, you said you had a lot on your mind. You've been out for a year, and you said you've been wanting Boots. You've been wanting to scrap with him. If this was a time, if there was ever a time, there was ever a time. This is your time now. But at the same time, you on Boots clock too now. You got to understand that. This a man on a mission. He got a big chip on his shoulder. A lot of even at the press conference. Oh, the belt was you an email champion. Oh, whoa, you disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
mm-hmm.
Now, because your trainer, your promoter slash whatever you want to call him, then opened his mouth on your behalf. Now you in trouble. Now you got to deal with me in the ring. I'm gonna show you what an email champion is. And like I said, ain't no humbling here. I would have been turned up to the max in real life, man. You're not gonna comment on email champion. You're not gonna disrespect me and my skill set. I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers in the game right now.
Yeah,
You got me messed up. And then not only that, the dude on the side of Crowley got Pop stamped up. Pop said, okay, well, after them two done in the ring, me and you can do it. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And Boost was backing his pops up. We like that over here. It's like that over here. We do that. So no, humble. We ain't finna humble Nathan, Nathaniel. We
mm,
own that. We doing that. I'm here to show the world my first time with my belt in the ring in my city, my state, my Wells Fargo Center. Hey, I'm finna pack this out every time we show up. I'm finna show my ass. It
mm.
ain't no humbling in this conversation. Period. So Crowley, I don't. You better bring your A game. You say you're gonna look different. You say you better. You say this is a Crowley we never seen before. Well, you're gonna need all of that and some with that to beat Boots. So I hope it's all there. You know what I'm saying? And my condolences go out to Crowley because he sounded like he been through a lot, and I'm never gonna kick a man while he down. But Crowley said he back. You know what I'm saying? He said he's back. He's ready to battle. He's ready to fight. So, but at the same time, this a hell of a fight to come to and come back. From a long layoff to get in the ring with Boots, man. So no. In this situation, Boots and Crowley, they both deserve to be hyped up, amped up. No humbleness is needed here. They both deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tough, for both of them. Boots is dealing with a different chip, while Crowley's dealing with another chip on his shoulder. So I believe it's gonna turn out to be a good fight.
I agree. I mean, you got Cody Crowley who is southpaw. I call him a poor man, Caleb Plant, but it's no disrespect. But Cody Crowley can fight. You know what I mean? He gonna post some issues for Boots early, but like I said, I think Boots gonna figure him out and get him out of there. You know, but the press conference, man, was fire. And I second what you said about if I was Boots, I'd be more turned up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Me, I would have been like, all right, so I'm gonna email champ. All right, bet. So I'm going to email him an A whooping. That's what I'm gonna email him on when they fight July 15th. I'm gonna email him an
Mhm.
A whooping. We're gonna see what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like I would have been wired up. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have went on their side and got in. You know what I mean? I told you. You know what I mean? I probably would have went over there. You know what I'm saying? But I love that. I love that. It's like a Boots is he humble, but he floats that line of confidence and humbleness, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as a fighter, that's the perfect place to be. You get what I mean? Because you can't go around being timid. You can't go around, like to me. I know Cody Crowley went through a lot of stuff. I feel like Cody Crowley was a bit timid, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Now I know on fight night he gonna come to fight, but it's just his delivery. If I didn't know nothing about boxing, I'd be like, this dude's scared. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's the vibe. But I know Cody Crowley. I know he gonna come to fight, and plus I know this fight game. That's casual talk to me. If I said this, oh, Cody Crowley, he's scared. I know Cody Crowley gonna come to fight. You know what I'm saying? He's standing on his 10 as a man. He let him know what I've been through. You know what I mean? So, and I second shout out to Cody Crowley for mental health. Him had going through all those issues. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to endure in a year. You know what I'm saying? But he in trouble. That's
It's tough, man. It's tough.
that he in trouble. But like I said, he gonna pose some issues. Him being a southpaw, having a little bit of slickness to him, but Boots gonna figure him out and he gonna get him out of there. I mean, Cody Crowley is 22-0, 9 knockouts, so it means he ain't really punching like that. But you know, I think Boots gonna. Now, one thing I don't want Boots to do is look for the knockout because he did
Mm-hmm.
that in that. I can't say this boy name. Whatever that boy name is, he did that in that fight, and he looked horrible. So I want Boots to be able to set up the knockout. Don't look for it. Just fight your fight. Go in there, fight your fight, and if it come, it come. You know what I mean? But like I said, that press conference was fire. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. That's the side of Boots I wanted to see. Now I saw somebody, and this actually is gonna segue off to our next topic. A dude said, "Oh, Bozy, he had that energy with him, but he ain't had that energy with Crawford." I'm like, what does Crawford got to do with? What does he got to do with this? And when was he ever face to face with Terrence Crawford? You know what I'm saying? When was he ever face to face with Terrence Crawford? These Bud Buddies is ridiculous. But Eddie Hearn, I'm gonna let you respond to that, but this is a two-parter. Eddie Hearn said he can make Ennis versus Crawford in December. That's what that Saudi Arabian dude that's over here throwing that money around. Uh, I think his last name Ashik, Turkey Ashik. He said that he got the money. He could throw it around and make Ennis versus Crawford in December. Do you believe it? Do you believe that they can get Crawford in that ring? Let me know something.
Uh, as far as the first part of the question, the two-part question, I don't know. Stop bringing up Bud when it's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a time and a place to bring up Bud, and right now it's not the time. Right now, Boots is focused on getting Crowley out of the way, and then once he get Crowley out of the way, if we get a chance to see him and Bud, we'll see him and Bud. But I'm gonna go ahead. That's my quick answer to that. I'm gonna go ahead and segue into the second part of the question. If he can get it to happen. That'll be some. If he can get it to happen, that'll be some great stuff for the boxing world, casuals and real boxing heads. Because this would be a time to reset yourself as a casual. If you're a casual and you can get into this fight and start understanding what it means to get the best of the best in there and solve certain situations and certain questions and have certain questions answered amongst fighters, this would be the time to convert from a casual to a real boxing head to a real boxing fan, and not be a fan of a fighter and be fan of boxing. It's the difference between the two. If you don't understand, then you ain't been watching us long enough because we steadily reiterate the fact that we are fans of boxing before fans of fighters. You know what I'm saying? But this would be one of those fights that can change a lot of casuals' mindset and how they view the world of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because this is one of those fights that nobody should miss out on. When it comes to Bud and Boots being in there, like I say, timing. I don't know if the timing will be correct for either one of them, to be honest, because I think Boots needs to continue to build and acclimate to who he is now in the boxing world. You know what I'm saying? He's the champion. He does have a belt, and Bud still has his own fish he wants to fry. So, wink.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think the timing is going to be everything. So if you get it to happen in December, okay, cool. But I don't know how cool I'll be with it as far as Boots. You know what I'm saying? I do want them two in the ring because Crawford ain't getting no younger, and Boots steady going. Every fight he's going to get better. He's going to evolve. So at the same time, uh, on the end of Boots, timing would be something, and then on the end of Crawford, I don't know if Crawford will be ready to settle off in the sunset and just say, hey. Boots. I fought Boots, and I'm gonna ride off with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that should be Crawford's last fight. To be honest, I think that should be his last fight. He should go out with a bang. However it ends, that's how it ends. Even though right now, if they both got in the ring, I think Crawford edges out Boots barely. But at the same time, I think that should be Crawford's last fight. But again, if you can make it happen, Turkey Al Sheik, then do your thing, man. Do your thing. Right now, I'm respecting him because he's trying to get a lot of stuff that some of the people on American soil can't and will not do right now due to simple things and simple factors. So if he can get it done, get it done.
I agree. My bad. Pause. I agree. Um, I think that of course, real boxing heads, we would love the opportunity to see Jambu sit and share that ring with Terence Crawford. But also, I'm looking at it from a boxer's perspective. I understand that Boots got to build his brand. You know what I mean? That's a bigger fight if Boots is able to build his brand. Now, Crawford's at 154, and he's supposed to fight this guy who ain't fought in America, who got 10 fights. They trying to promote it as a big fight, but we all know what's gonna happen. Boots gonna stop. I mean, Bud gonna stop him. It's just, excuse me. So I think that if Bud continues to ascend at 154, it may make it harder to get that fight done because Boots is at 147. Boots will literally have to go to 154. And if I'm Boots, I know that's a fight you want because Crawford was talking. But at the same time, it's like you have an agenda now. Your agenda is to become undisputed at 147. So
Mhm.
it just all depends on how fast you can do that. Now, if you can do that pretty fast, because Crawford, all he needs is 2-3 fights, and he's undisputed at 54. So, um, which right now it's looking pretty. I say the only fight that's gonna be tough is the Fundora fight. That's just my opinion, but everything else looking pretty laid out for him. You know what I mean? For him to, get all those belts, unless somebody from DeSoto, Texas, you know, you
I
know,
said what I said. He got another big fish to try to refry. You know what I'm saying?
hey, somebody from DeSoto, Texas, he beat Fundura, then it's a whole nother ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Now, before you segue, now I'm gonna put this out there so none of the Bud buddies come back in the comment section and be like, oh, how you gonna say Fundora a tough fight? Fundora is a tough fight for anybody due to his size. If Fundora can learn how to work behind his length, I don't care what name you bring up. You can say Spence, you can say Crawford, you can say whoever you want. Don't matter. It's hard to deal with somebody who's 6'7" who know how to use their jab because literally they can jab you like this, looking away.
Yep.
He's 6'7". We're not saying Fundura is more skillful, he's more powerful, he's smarter, he has better ring generalship, he's a master class. We're not saying that. It's just tough to deal with somebody who's that tall, that long, who can work behind their jab. That's all we're saying. So, but stay calm, stay cool, stay collected. Don't jump in the comment section going crazy talking about Fundora. It's not a tough fight for. He's a tough fight for anybody if he can learn how to utilize his jab.
Facts. I mean, we all can agree. I mean, Fundura got to this position because he's starting to learn how to utilize his length. Now, granted, against Tim Zoo, you all can say, if Tim Zoo didn't get his wig split open, he probably would have won that fight. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we don't know. Fundura may have cut it up on him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
we don't know. You know what I mean? So it's we could speculate all day, but we gotta deal with the facts. Fundura beat Tim Zoo, right? And he's a tough fight for Errol. He's a tough fight for Charlo. He's a tough fight for like Coach said, anybody. You know what I mean? If he learned how to use that jab, You know, and
Indeed.
Bud would have to fight a whole different fight against that. Bud is
Mhm.
I'm 5'9". Bud is 5'8". You're 6'7". Okay, bro. I understand what I'm saying. He's 6'7".
that
Bud,
that But his arm long as we. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like,
bro.
and then not on top of that, he broke his nose. His whole this he don't want nobody up in here no more. So he's going to learn. Trust me, Zoo broke his nose with his head split open. So you mean to tell me I'm 6'7", you got in here and broke my nose? No, I'm finna learn how to use my jab. I bet you won't touch my face no more.
I'm telling you, that's a tough fight for anybody. Errol, anybody. Like they got their hands full when they fight him. That's just real
Mhm.
talk. You know what I mean? But um, I don't think Crawford will fight Boots if he gets established at 54. Now, if Crawford fight this dude and somehow he lose, I definitely see him going back down to 47. And then if he go back down to 47, that's when I could see fights being made. But you
Mhm.
know, I don't see Crawford losing to anybody besides the only dude that could pose an issue, Spandura, and maybe that dude from DeSoto, Texas. That I like saying that because our bud buddies get mad, man. Maybe
They
that
get
dude from
mad too.
DeSoto, Texas, man. It's a new weight class. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Fights, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, I know y'all be like, Crawford's he's just more skillful. We just watched a dude who was more skillful than the fighter get his face hooked off. The boy was
Mhm.
on his knees. The boy had his butt in the air, pause, no diddy. Like, you know what I mean? That boy was spamming the left hook button. And Devin kept getting hit with it. I was like, bro, like he he's throwing that over and over again. Block it, get your hands high, block it, or slip under it or something like, bro.
I don't know what he was thinking.
So, so we shall see. You know, boxing is exciting again because we're in the unknown. Ryan Garcia being Devin Haney kind of put excitement back in boxing again because,
Mhm.
you know, I can say this, and I stand on my 10. I picked Devin Haney to beat Ryan Garcia only because of the things that Ryan Garcia was showing as far as his mental capability. I was like, this dude tripping. He ain't even taking this fight seriously. He drinking, he smoking. I don't see who he can win. But I did say this. I said Devin need to be careful because Ryan got power. And if he clipped that boy, that's it. And what happened? The boy was
Clipped
doing
him.
the boy was doing nay in the first round, and he never recovered. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So since we're talking about Ryan Garcia has been on a tear. He feeling himself. This man called out Errol Spence, said some disrespectful stuff, and I made a video, so I'm not gonna speak about that. I'm gonna let you talk about this. So I'm gonna give out a list of things he's been doing, and I'm gonna let you cook, and you could close the video out because I didn't talked about all this already. So Ryan Garcia
Facts.
called out Errol Spence, and basically, he said some funny stuff. He said that, Errol, I know my face never looked like this after a fight. Your face, is giving me Goonies. I said, okay. That's funny. But then he started talking about Errol's wife. And he started talking about some, you know, come home to daddy, and I'm gonna take you on a date, and I love you, and all this other foolishness. I said, hey, now you getting into that area where I gotta come to your house. Nah, I ain't even gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tweet you. I'm just gonna show up to your house. You know what I mean? Show up with your house with that put you down. You know what I mean? If you know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show up with that put you down. You ain't standing up no more. You know what I mean? You might be in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be like Drake and Garcia in that wheelchair. You might not box ever again. You know what I'm saying? You talking about my wife? Nah. I might have to come with that put you down. But he said he want to fight Errol at 154, 160. Then he says, oh, Conor Ben, I'll fight you too. You know what I mean? What's up? I'll fight you at 47 or 154. It don't matter. Then he was saying He said, I'm not going to rematch Devin Haney. Then he said, I will rematch Devin Haney. Since y'all saying I'm cheating, I'll rematch you again and I'll beat you. So I just want to get your take on Ryan Garcia bouncing all over the place. He at the top of the world right now. He beat Devin Haney. Of course, he still has that last test that he got to pass, for the Oscar ring. But he feeling himself. He on top of the world. So I'm gonna let you cook. You know what I mean? Do you think Ryan gonna fight any of these dudes, or he just talking? Let me know something.
First off, I'm gonna load up with the bottle of Listerine, and I'm gonna toss it down Ryan's throat because I think he's just talking. He
Mm.
feeling good, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you beat Haney. I'm proud for you, but at the same time, I think he's just talking. I think this is Ryan up to his antics. He's trying to throw smoke. He's trying to throw shade. He's trying to, kind of keep the spotlight on him, but then twist it in a different factor so nobody can really pick up his trail and see which move he's trying to do next. But honestly, first things first. Uh, when it comes to Spence's wife being in his DM, that's a different thing. That's one thing. Now, if I'm Ryan Garcia and Spence's wife has hopped in my DM allegedly, I'm if I'm if I'm being smart about it, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna leave that to them. I'm not even gonna speak about it. There's no way Ryan Garcia on the platform that you on should be entertaining anything like that, especially with a dude like Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? We know where he come from. We know what goes down in that area. And if you want to get it jumping, you want to get it popping, cracking, whatever you want. You talking about this man wife now. He can pull up and have you put down. You feel me? So like I said, there's no reason for him to take that far. So again, I think he just popping. I think he's just popping and shit. Getting his antics up and going. He trying to walk himself into the next big fight since he done beat Haney. Like you said, he feeling like he on top of the world. Again, I'm taking the bottle of Listerine, and I ain't talking about the green mint. I'm talking about the old school brown bottle, the brown clear one. I'm
Nasty
taking
one.
that nasty one. Yeah, I'm taking. Ryan, you better wash your damn mouth. Talking to, yeah, I think he's just talking right now. I think he's just talking. Like I say, he's trying to get his hype train back going because we all know, like you said, we waiting on that Ostarine to come out. But while we waiting on that Ostarine, you need to calm down and take some of that Listerine to rinse his mouth out. You feel me? Uh, he don't. I seen the video. Yes, I have. Disrespectful. Leave that man wife alone before you find yourself in trouble. If she did hop in your DMs, that's for Earl to figure out and Earl to solve that problem. Now, if you did, Miss Lady, and you hopped in that man DM, you're wrong, and you know you're wrong. Fix yourself. Find yourself. But
Mm.
anyways, as far as the fight, from a fight perspective, Ryan Garcia in the ring with Errol Spence, cut it out. I've been seeing people saying, "Oh, we need to see Earl fight again. Ryan Garcia actually got a chance against Earl Spence." This is no, 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 no. Let's nip this in the bud right here, right now. Cut it out. Ryan Garcia, like I said, good job against Hank. But Earl Spence at 154, bro, you must be out of your everlasting mind. You crazy. I don't care who the last person Earl Spence then fought. I don't care how bad he took a whooping. Guess what? Just because it's you and just because he is coming back off that type of loss, he gonna whoop your ass.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna whoop your ass. And he's gonna stand there in front of you and give you an opportunity to throw them left hooks. And I guarantee you, Earl Spence will drop your ass. Ryan, you're crazy. People, y'all are crazy. Casual, y'all are crazy. If you think Ryan Garcia gonna beat Earl Spence, in what world, what planet do you think Ryan Garcia can line up with a Earl Spence and beat Earl Spence? Please let me know. If y'all have been to another planet, come back, get me, take me there, and bring me back. Because I feel like y'all done went somewhere else with it. Let me know. Because I'm not understanding. Like just, I know Ryan got a lot of casual fans, and I understand y'all saying it, but I done heard some real boxing heads say Ryan Garcia got a chance. Cut it out, man. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, we know he got the left hook, but that ain't gonna work against Spence. That ain't gonna work at all. Once Spence get up in front of you and start putting them, but I'm not even gonna go into detail. No, cut it out. From a fight perspective, Ryan Garcia is not beating no Earl Spence. Uh, Conor Ben. I ain't gonna lie. I think I might like that one. I think Ryan Garcia and Conor being in the ring, I think that might be some type of excitement because style make fights. We both know Ryan Garcia can be a little hot headed. He can be a little, lackadaisical when it comes to his defense. So we might see both of them get knocked down in the fight. We might see both of them, kind of Ben and Ryan Garcia, get knocked down. And then not only that, if Ryan does pop out, it'll be the battle of the PED takers. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm, mm,
so they'll both have a chance to not necessarily redeem themselves, but it'd be a chance to be like, okay, you took PEDs, I took PEDs. We both not on it now. Let's see if we can really get this out in the open and show what we can really do without the PEDs. But at the same time, it'll be a battle of the PED takers. You know what I'm saying? If Ryan does pop hot on his test, that's supposed to come out on the 22nd. So at the same time, I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of like a sneaky good matchup, kind of being Ryan Garcia. But if I had to choose in that fight, I ain't gonna lie, I would have to see what happens, through round one through six, for me to say, hey, I'm a rock with. But again, before they even get in the ring, and I had to make a prediction on it, I think I would rock with Ryan Garcia in that one. Kind of being, I feel like he's kind of at his peak. He's kind of showing the world everything he can do, and I don't see him adding any new wrinkles to his game. And Ryan seems to be a bit surprising and a bit hard to telecast at times when you get in the ring. But at the same time, I like that fight personally. I like the Ryan Garcia kind of being fight. So if it happened, it happened. If not, then oh well. Like I said, grab that bottle of Listerine and rinse his mouth because I still think he's just talking. Ryan Garcia just trying to, like I say, throw shade, throw smoke, signals, those smoke signals elsewhere to get the spotlight off of him. But if he was smart, he'll calm down a little bit till this test on the 22nd come out, show he clean. Because soon as it come out and they find out he been popping high, there's gonna be a lot more shit popping his way, and they're gonna have to talk in a whole different type of turn in a whole different light. So again, leave Errol Spence out of it for you casuals. It ain't gonna work. Ryan Garcia is not working against Errol Spence. Uh, leave that man wife alone. And if you get a fight with Conor Ben, I wish you the best of luck. But at the same time, I don't see it happening. But at the same time, if it do happen, I'm gonna take Ryan in that fight, and that's
mm.
gonna be the most craziest blow for blow, go to the 12th round type of fight we didn't seen in a long time. I think they just gonna get in there and beat the dog crap out of each other, and somebody gonna be blood. Well, both of them gonna be bloody knotted up at the end of the fight. I don't see nobody really just getting knocked out. I see some knockdowns happening, but again, we'll never know until they make this fight happen. So it is what it is. But you got anything else you want to add? Any subtopics?
Nah, man.
All right, cool. You didn't heard it from the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? No, we not from the West. We from the side, the third coast. You feel me? It's the Mind on Greatness podcast crew right here. That's my main man, Boss Hog, Boss Dog, K Po through the door. I am Brody on the hustle, aka Coach B. We need y'all to continue to share, like, comment, subscribe, hate, whatever you want to do with it when you push that play button. But watch it all the way to the end because we always gonna drop some gems for you. You know what I'm saying? Over here on this podcast. Shout out Mike, shout out Jeff, and shout out anybody else that's been a part of production. And shout out anybody else that's gonna be a part of it in the future. Again, if you want to hit us up and hop on the show, hit us up at Men on a Mission 56 at gmail.com, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. With no more further delay, we have nothing else to say. Hey, y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. And hey, continue to follow, continue to show us love because we here for the take. You know what I'm saying? We got some more things for y'all too. Just wait on it. Just wait and see in real life. We out of here.